I am your friend, Dr. Charles Apoki. Two people have made comments that my clock is upside down or is going in the opposite direction. I'm using the rear camera to do this recording. It's a reversed camera. So this is my right hand, but it is showing, it's like left hand. This is my left hand, but when you look at it, it's like right. So it's a reverse camera, so everything is reverse. All right, I hope you understand. Now, on a more serious note, I want to look at the unfortunate incidents that took place in Uromi in Edo State. It's a totally preventable incidents, but it can snowball into a very catastrophic event in this country if not properly managed. I had talked about the dream I had when I saw armed military men in trucks moving from that Ramat Square in Benin. I can't remember the exact road in the dream, either through the road to Asaba and Onitsha, the east, or through the road to Auchi. I had that dream some years back and I was really worried. Now, the incidents in Uromi, if you have been following my videos, I talked about the broken window theory, that if a big building in a municipal area has one window broken and it is not properly fixed, other windows will break and then crime around that building would increase. So if there is something that is not well in the political setting, I have a master's degree in in public admin. If there is something that is wrong in a political system, it should be fixed promptly, condemned promptly, attempts made to solve it promptly. If not, it will lead to other forms of criminality. When Boko Haram started, I said on television, Quest TV, that a lot of the northern elites were not speaking up because it was affecting mostly Christians. Churches were being bombed and Christians were being attacked. And that if care is not taken or was not taken then, it will envelop the whole of the north. And I have been proved to be right. I made a video about Fulani herdsmen banditry in Ehamufu. I've been there before now. The women were protesting that they were being molested in the farms and sticks were put into their genitalia by Fulani herdsmen. And I said, if government does not listen to the protest of these women and the young men attack Fulanis, that it can snowball to a religious crisis. And since then, there have been protests in Edo State severally of their women being molested in the farms. A 60-year-old man was killed and several other incidences around Edo State. Bayelsa, there was protests. Rivers, Delta, there was protests and all over the country. So there was tension and there's still tension in this country. I dare any unpopular politician to walk the streets. He will not get home alive because the people are angry. And so there is this halo effect when you treat people or a person based on the preconceived notion you have of them based on their previous actions. Now, I condemn jungle justice. But you see, when justice, civilized justice, is not available, jungle justice becomes the alternative. Jungle justice in Nigeria has become a culture that is tolerated. Thuggery and soullessness, I did a video on soullessness, has become a culture. Mr. Sunday Akaluka in Kano had a dispute with his neighbor, and for his neighbor to punish him, he said that he blasphemed Prophet Muhammad, peace be unto his name. And he was decapitated, and his head was used to dance around Kano. And some of those who participated in that event eventually became prominent position occupiers in this country. We shall not talk about Deborah, who in a WhatsApp group said something. She was brought out, stoned to death. The president did not say anything. Nothing came out of her death. And the list goes on and on. So, extrajudicial judgments, criminal behaviors have been tolerated by government for too long and is still being tolerated. So, when Fulani headsmen are arrested, taken to the police station, within a few hours, only one phone call will release them. There are times when natives go to police stations to report, they are arrested. There was a case in Delta North when vigilantes caught kidnappers or bandits in the bush. The military came there and one vigilante or two were shot dead in Delta North. So we've had these incidences and the people have lost faith in the regular justice system. And the recent Supreme Court judgment against Sunday Jackson, I did a video and I said it will lead to a lot of problems. People have lost faith in the judiciary, lost faith in the security forces. However, jungle justice must be condemned. We must follow due process. We must have elders and responsible people leading and taking decisions in our societies. But many of our elders have failed all over the country. And so young men have taken over leadership. When there is somebody said on social media that trailer was stopped somewhere before now. It refused to stop, and a signal had to be sent to the next place, Uromi, to make sure it was stopped. And so the suspicious behavior of the driver could have contributed. Number two, if the truck was stopped and arms, when I mean arms, they said Dane guns, machetes, hoes were found, and dogs. If they were found in that truck, simple thing, report them to the police. If you are strategic, you can confiscate the arms. You can confiscate the arms. After all, there's another report that there were 2 AK-47 rifles found with them, with a huge sum of money that people believe was ransom money. Where is the money? Where are the AK-47? Somebody took them. If you can collect those arms for your local vigilante, report the people, or carry some with them and give them to the police, that these are the people you saw with ammunition and money. The police can release them. That's not your business. But you have made a report, do videographic evidence. If nothing happens, then you have something to hold on. Instead of taking the laws into your hands to execute justice on them. I know you are angry. I know you are grieved. But you should be wiser than your enemy. You should be wiser than your threat. So they could have handed them over to the police, call the governor, call whoever. If they are released, fine. The next thing I want to say, if you don't follow normal processes, you will get into serious trouble. Serious trouble. When I said confiscate some of the arms, some of you are already itching to type. There are vehicles your policemen are using that do not have number plates. Those are vehicles that were seized from operations that the owners have not come to collect, that they are using. It's true. If monies are recovered from anti-robbery operations, not everything is accounted for. We did this country now. So, if the rules of a game are altered, learn to alter your play. It's just common sense and wisdom. Now, the Edo State government, I heard about Hilux trucks, but the governor had not gone to any of those communities, as far as I know, I saw a deputy commissioner of police somewhere who responded to the protest of women who were molested in the bush. I've not seen the governor react swiftly the way he reacted in dashing to Uromi. If we respond swiftly, promptly, robustly to the security challenges that people are having in these states, we won't see people taking justice into their hands. I know there was a case in Edo State recently, about 3 or 4 or 5 days back, when Fulani bandits invaded an Edo State community, and people were running helter-skelter. And they made a phone call, and the army came there immediately. And I saw the son of the traditional ruler, the Enogie, saying that the army had come, that they had called the army. And it pacified the people, that quick response. I was shocked to see the president saying that the perpetrators of that crime, it's a crime, should be hunted down and brought to book. Mr. President, sir, I'm very sorry to ask this. I have not heard you say anything about Emma Binusa, perpetrators in Ebonyi State, in Enugu State, in Edo State, in several of these states. I have not heard you say that they should be hunted down. I have not heard such strong language. Is it that there are two classes of citizens in this country? I didn't hear you say that when farmers were killed in power line area of Ondo State, including the brother of my friend from Okene. I didn't hear hunt them down. There have been several tragic incidences in this your tenure. I didn't hear track them and hunt them down. Maybe I'm not aware, sir. The decapitation of 3 of our soldiers. Reports have it that they are mostly of southern Nigerian origin. They were decapitated and video recorded. Very painful and heinous crime. We did not hear you say that they should be hunted down. I wonder why this selective interest, selective justice in a country like this. And immediately 30 people were rounded up and they are on their way to Abuja. Before this incidents, or is it incident? Before what happened, no Fulani headsman, no cattle rearer is in detention or has been jailed for uprooting somebody's cassava, cutting them to give to cows to eat, or defiling our women and putting sticks in their genitalia. We never heard any incident, any report or any proclamation. Why the sudden, is it fear? I don't think it is justice. What you've just done smacks of selective justice. I believe after now, you will take very stern actions against these Fulani headsmen, Marundas. I also want to let our people know that not every person who is Fulani is a terrorist. A terrorist will not go with dogs. Will not go with dogs. Frankly speaking. It is also true that people should not move around freely with ammunition without a covering letter, without a license. If any of our young men is seen around the South with a gun, he will be arrested, branded a terrorist or a kidnapper that has been kingpin that has been arrested. So we should be very careful in handling these issues. And to the vigilante, when an arrest is made, try to be calm without attracting too much attention from the surrounding mob in the place. And be discreet in your action. My wife was telling me a story that she read in her morning devotion. A lady was to wed a husband in church, and the pastor said that, or the priest said that, if there's any person that has any information why this wedding must not take place, the person should speak up now or remain forever silent. Suddenly, a pregnant woman with a child started walking towards the altar. Immediately, the bride and or wife to be saw that. She got angry, gripped the man, tore his shirt, and ran out of the church. The woman gingerly went and sat on a seat near the front. They asked her, why did you come here? She said she was behind, she was not hearing well. And so she decided to come in front so that she can hear the priest well. I think my wife read that from Daily Manna by Dr. Chris Kwakbove. And the bride had torn the dress, scattered her wedding ceremony, and run away without proper discernment. Not all Northerners are Fulanis, some are Hausas. And Hausas have been very peaceful, non-violent citizens of this country. We've been living with them. We have Hausa quarters all over Nigeria, Sabongeris. We've not had crisis with them. And so we should distinguish between June and July. Now, the next thing is that we should hold our governors accountable in many cases. You can't just be earning the title of Chief Security Officer. You can't earn the title or have an entitlement to security votes. There are some states that get up to, I hope I am wrong, I just pray I'm wrong, that get up to 1 billion naira security votes every month, some 2 billion every month, particularly the oil producing states, that are unaccounted for. You don't audit that account. It belongs to the governor. From the military era, it is called pocket money. 2 billion naira every month times 4 years is times 1 year is 24 billion. 24 times 4 is 96 billion. Times 2 is 12, 192 billion in 8 years. 192 billion cannot be effectively used for security in a state. Something is wrong. I know there are people who receive less than that, but we can effectively use that money to organize hybrid security that would effectively secure our forests. I want to say that our governors, our traditional rulers, have not been very, very effective in several areas. I just pray that this incident is properly and maturely handled. We should not overblow it. It's a tragic incident. It's a preventable incident. There are some false posts that are all over the place about 18-seater bus carrying some people from some part of the country burnt alive. That is not true. Such posts will only add fuel to the crisis in this country. And I believe that our president, our governors should not provide excuses for secessionists. And those of you on social media, be more mature in the way you handle this issue. But let it sink into our heads. We are sitting on a keg of gunpowder and we are smoking a big cigar. If it blows up, Tolo Yash will scatter. I remain Dr. Charles Apoki. I have a webinar coming up on the 18th and 19th. It is managing provocation in marriage, business, and the workplace. Send the message to +234 80 21 21 92 62. For those of you in the UK who want to meet with me, contact my admin +234 80 21 21 92 62. They will send you the contact of Dr. Ufoma Apoki so that we can work out the modality. I can't see individuals singly. I'm going there to rest and to relax and to reflect. Can get a venue. All of us will meet there and share with you for 1 or 2 hours. Then I go and sleep and rest. So do that. So we'll be in London. We'll be in Bristol. We'll be in Cardiff. We'll be in Manchester for 3 days. Somebody has booked the hotel there. We'll be in Glasgow. Somebody has booked, Marcus Ikuri has booked a boat cruise and a birthday meal in a Chinese restaurant. I will meet with my classmates in Birmingham, and I'll go to Belfast. If Ubaruba will host me there, I think I will stay only for a day and I'll be back. If I have time, I will be in Albania and Montenegro. I'm just traveling and enjoying my old age. Let me ventilate a little bit. The wahala here did too much. But Nigeria is still one of the best places to create wealth. I remain Dr. Charles Apoki. Create wealth legitimately. I remain your friend, Dr. Charles Apoki. Remember the number +234 80 21 21 92 62. You have not subscribed to this channel. You're like somebody tapping electricity from the mains without a meter. It's unfair. Subscribe to this channel. Help grow it and to benefit you and benefit others if you share. God bless you.